a rapper. That's what we doing, Julius. A rapper. I want to hear one bar where it doesn't sound like you wrote it in crayon. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jumped over a candlestick. You know what I'm saying? Boy, go sit on razor blazing fat. Go sit on the thesaurus. What you need to do is go down there to that good old Wingstop and pick up them people's food. DoorDash. You talking about, Alexis? This is who you chose to lay down with, Raw? Raw. Welcome back to my channel. Sass here. Happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day is tomorrow, but I'm here to let you know, my sisters that are out there that are mothers, grandmothers, aunties, I'm including them too. Have a happy, happy, happy Mother's Day, honey. Let your kids, your grandkids, your husband, your boyfriend, if you got kids with this man, let him spoil you too, child. Let your kids spoil you. Let your grandchildren spoil you. You deserve it. Okay? And to the ones out there who don't have a mother, okay, just know that I'm in the same boat. I'm thinking about you all as well, honey. Okay? Alright? Just because they not here doesn't mean that they're not here. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Alright? Alright. Happy Mother's Day, y'all. I love y'all. And oh, I hope y'all have a fantastic day. I really do. Now, this is my Mother's Day gift to you all. Let's get it poppin'. Honey, this recap. Q and Puff Puff. Alright? They trying to work things out. Puff Puff said that he feels bad for lying to Q about talking to Joella, but he says that Q don't like Joella, so that's why he ain't told. So they go to this how to make a cake class. I love stuff like that, y'all. I love baking classes, cooking classes, how to make this, pottery. I like it all. Candle making. I love stuff like that. I find it enjoyable and relaxing, child. But anyway, so they go, they make a cake. Puff Puff, as y'all know, got the ring from his dad. And he put the ring in the cake. And he proposed and she said yes. I'm telling y'all, Q and Puff Puff, they gonna work out. They gonna work out. We already know there's a wedding getting planned, and Joella said that if she gets invited, she will go. Joella, I'm gonna need for you to let it go. That's it. Let's move on. I'm not playing with y'all. I know y'all gotta get ready for Mother's Day. Savannah and Bradley. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. They're still arguing. Bradley says that Savannah is controlling him. Savannah says, I'm going to tell you something. You take my mama's car again, I'm calling the cops. He was like, you willing to call the cops on me? You willing to get me in trouble over this vehicle? Why you have to control everything? Bradley, you have her mother's car. You've been having the car since you got out of prison. You should be shouldn't you be at work? Didn't you have a job? See, you got too much time on your hands. So Bradley wants to sue the Department of Corrections because he said it was harassment, unfit conditions. You know, they was doing things that they shouldn't be doing. They was staring at him a little bit long while he was taking a shower. He also said that it was copious amounts of strip searches. Bradley, what y'all doing up in that prison, child? Well, see, Dad, what was that correctional officer doing looking into some of them nicks and berries? So they go see an advocate. The advocate is explaining to him, okay, listen, in order for this to work, I'm going to need proof. Like what you got for me. And so here is Bradley giving her like pieces of paper about complaints and all this. And she said, honey, listen, I'm going to tell you, that ain't going to work. Okay. We're going to need proof. Okay. What you're showing me is stuff that they need to do. Strip searches, you know, pulling you out of your, you know, cell to do searches, you know, checking on to see if you got any tattoos. Because, see, those things that are inside are illegal. Illegal tattoos, illegal weapons, illegal DRUGS. See, that's why they have to do the strip searches. But Bradley said it was a little too much. He wasn't doing none of that stuff. Honey, you're not special. You don't get special treatment. What's one done for one is done for others. Now, I don't know about looking at you in the shower, child. I don't know about all that. I don't know about staring at you in the shower. I don't know why they would. So the advocate was like, listen, we're going to need facts. We're going to need hard facts because you ain't giving me nothing. The courts is going to see this as frivolous. And they're going to throw this away, child, just like a used tissue. Throw it away, like your relationship. She didn't say that. I did. Just like your storyline. She didn't say that. I did. Just like you and Savannah. She didn't say that. I did. I wish y'all was off my TV. Bringing Virginia a bad name. We going through enough. So here she is. She's supposed to be an advocate. She done turned into a love therapist, child. And so she started asking questions about their relationship. Savannah's there. Savannah don't like it one bit. Savannah was breathing hard. Honey, chest was all poked out. She was rolling her eyes. And so the woman said, you know what? Maybe you need to give him some space. He's been locked up. He's been around wardens. He don't want wardens when he get out. First of all, Savannah, a good one on this one. Because I would have looked at her and said, excuse me, Miss Advocate, you're here to help him with this suing matter. You ain't here to help us with our relationship. We already know it's a hot mess. And with all due disrespect, you need to mind your business. And you need to do something on this side of your head. Okay, how about that? And I wouldn't have been one bit mad at Savannah if she said it. Ma'am, this ain't got nothing to do with you. Nothing. We know we out here a hot mess. You don't need to tell us that. You need to tell him how he gonna get some money. Because see, the only thing he doing is taking my car. So he didn't tell that how he's stealing cars. See, Savannah, you don't know how to do it right. Why ain't these people quick with it? So here is Bradley. Oh yeah, that's right. Tell her. I like where you going with this. Yeah, be on my side. Be on my side. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So they leave, and Savannah says, oh, so she a therapist now? Why is she all up in our business? So here is Bradley. Oh, Lord, maybe she just want to talk. Maybe you don't want to hear what she got to say. Maybe. So they're fussing and fussing and fussing. And so he said, listen, you can drop me off at my daddy's house. She said, you ain't saying nothing but a mother freaking word. That's what I would have said. He would have been gone out my house. Been gone. So she drops him off at the daddy's house and she calls the sister. Savannah, you ain't got no other friends. That's it. Alyssa's your friend. Okay, child. So she's whining and complaining to Alyssa. And Alyssa, child, she was listening. Savannah and Bradley have already broken up. Can I move on now? Sure I can. Brooklyn and Brian. Brian, I don't like your friend. I'm just here to let y'all know this is a co-participant I don't want to see again. Not because of how Brooklyn was coming at him. No, it was just how he was acting, how he was talking. Sir, you ain't got nothing to do with this. And when Brian's curfew is at 3, you better be there at 2:59. Now, I don't know if this is a Southern thing. It may be just in the Southern thing. Okay? So y'all don't come at me. If I'm at my house and my man's homeboy, whom I've never met before, pulls up in my driveway laying on the horn, he's getting cussed out. He is going to get this tongue, and I mean lethal. That's something you don't do. You ain't pulling to my driveway and blow the horn and summon whomever's inside this house to come out. That ain't happening. You're going to get out your vehicle. You're going to come to the door. You're going to knock, and you're going to introduce yourself. That's just common decency. Why you blowing my horn? Why you blowing the horn 50, 11 times? Absolutely the F not. You at my house. I don't know you. You're going to introduce yourself. And that's just period. So it's time for Brian to go get some suitable clothing. He's still on house arrest. And he's been on house arrest for 2 months. He's been out of prison for 2 months. And the probation officer said, it's time for you to get a job. Okay. I'm tired of waiting on you. Okay. 2 months, too long. Okay. Time for you to get a job. And here come Brian talking about, I've been lagging, galley. Yes. It's time for you to work. So his homeboy comes to pick him up. You know, Brooklyn's like, you know, make sure you're back here by 3 o'clock. Make sure you do this. Don't be looking after no women. You better pick up that phone when I call. Blah, blah, blah. Nagging. So Brian said, man, if you don't get out of my face, I will. I got this. You ain't got nothing to worry about. So she said, oh, I will. So here is the homeboy sitting in the car. And here is Brooklyn. Brooklyn was hot. Brooklyn came to him hot, boy. She was like, this is what's going to happen. She was all up in the window. The homeboy was like, the fudge? Girl, if you don't move back from my window. And so here's Brooklyn. He needs to be here by 3. Don't be doing no extracurricular activities. No hoes. When I say pick up the phone, you better pick up the phone. She was going on and on. And so he was like, now listen, now I don't know what's going on between you two, but you're going to be rolling up on me like that. You're going to have to step back, you know, chill out a little bit. Damn. So here is Brian. Brian said, man, leave this man alone. I know what I'm doing. Okay, you ain't got to do all this. And she was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You hear what I'm saying? You hear? I mean, they just going at it. They are going back and forth. She all up in the car fussing. Honey, the homeboy that rolled the window up, and honey, they out. She was hot. And so the homeboy was like, you got to deal with that. You got to deal with that. And Brian was like, yeah, I got to deal with it. This is the problem I have with the homeboy. The homeboy knows that Brian is out of prison. Been there for 2 months, house arrest, eating, sleeping, running up the light bill, ain't contributing nothing to that household. But he's still there, teaching that girl some homework, talking about bestie. That's what you need to talk about. But I digress. She's doing all that. He laying up in there. And the homeboy said, well, you've been locked up how long? You don't know what you missing. It's out here. The BBLs is out here. It's the BBL era. You need to be taking note. You need to be, no, you're not a homeboy. Okay? You're not a homeboy. Instead of you trying to get him in some type of trouble, you see what he's dealing with, you talking about other women. Why? Why don't you encourage him to get a job? That's what you should be encouraging. Not him blowing out somebody's BBL out. You foul. So here is Brian was like, no, you know she is. She's the one that I'm going to be with. Talking about having kids. And he was like, man, we going to have kids. I'm going to have a couple. Okay, she is. For right now, I guess. So they in the store. Okay? And it's almost 3 o'clock. She done called and she was like, where you at? Brian answers the phone. And he said, what? Ooh. Nope. No type of respect. Just talk to him any type of way. Why can't y'all be respectful when y'all talk to each other? Is that so hard? Is it? I guess, child. So here's the homeboy. She calling again. Why she calling? You be home. You be home by 3. You be home. So he said, I'm on my way home now. She was like, you need to come on. It's close to 3. Come on. But not before the homeboy says, let's go to the strip club and have some chicken wings. Now, y'all know I'm all for a strip club. But they get there at 2:39 p.m. He got to be home by 3, and you talking about some chicken wings. The chicken wings ain't going to be done in 15, 20 minutes. See, that's what I'm talking about. You could have went to a strip club another day. Wait till he gets off curfew, and then you can go to a strip club. Why you want to go to a strip club at 2:30? That don't even seem right. So he's there, 2:39. He's supposed to be at home at 3 o'clock. And then here's Brian. Rules are made to be broken. We're here to break rules. Oh, God. Let's move on. Courtney and Will. She said yes. Honey, that mama is sick. That mama is sick to her stomach, child. But honey, Courtney and Will are married. Courtney says that, of course, she has trust issues. All right. She tells the story about how that scar was on her forehead. Her and her boyfriend at the time was in a terrible car accident. Terrible car accident. And her no good, sorry, trifling boyfriend left her for dead. Now, I didn't say that. That's what she said. He left her laying in her own pool of blood. Ooh, he trifling. I'm glad you got away from him, child. So, she, of course, tells that story, which, of course, she says that, you know, heightened her being untrustworthy. And so, here's the mama. The mama perked up and said, oh, really? Okay, because, see, after all that happened, you went right back outside. You went right back to what you was doing. Honey, that shut Courtney up real quick. And so, here Courtney is talking about, I know I have to build trust back up with my mom. Courtney, I'm going to need for you to shut up. How you talking about having trust issues? And that is the issue of some of your problems. And here you are, that your mother had to trust you because of what you did to her. See how it works both ways, girl? She gonna talk about she working on it. So the mama can wait to get home. That mama is tired. She done cried, snot flied all the days she been there. She done been shot. Her daughter done got out of prison, and she done went to her daughter's wedding all in the same day. In 2 days. So Courtney had to go back to the halfway house, and Will talks to her that night, and Will said that she was sounding weird. He don't know if she was intoxicated or if she was back on the DRUGS's, what's going on. But in all of the 6 months that they've known each other, she has never, ever sounded like that. Well, 1, she was in prison. 2, you've only had her out for 2 days. Will, there's something wrong with you, ain't it? So the next day, he picks her up. They're going out. And so he says, you know, you was talking weird. Is everything okay? And she was like, what do you mean? You think I relapsed already? She was like, I didn't even realize I was talking weird. I didn't even realize that something was going on. And he was like, no, you was sounding real different. And just so you know, if you relapse, that's a hard pill to swallow. Well, maybe, Will, you should have got to know her a little bit better before marrying her. Stupid. So here is Courtney. See, this is what I'm talking about with the trust. He can't even trust me up in the halfway house. Child, I don't know if she was drunk or not. Child, I don't know. It sounded like she was having a little bit of fun, but I'm not going to sit here and put that on that girl. We already know with this show, what you do in the dark comes out in the light. So eventually it'll come out if she was up there getting high or drinking. But Will, you married her? These people. Eating glue in the corner. Eating glue. Eating glue. Come on, choir. Eating glue in the corner. Eating glue. Y'all sing it. Eating glue. One more time. Eating glue in the corner. Eating glue. Yes. Eating glue. Let me add that to the Sasses album. Eating glue. Couldn't shine. It'll be a cold day. Let's move on. Michael and Joey, child. Michael got jokes. He said that he was doing a little funny and said that he failed his urine test. He passed it. He said that's the first time he passed a urine test in a long time, child. So it's time to meet the family. Okay, Joey's family. Yay! The family! It's about time. So, of course, Michael is nervous. His anxiety is through the roof. And look, that's valid because the way Michael and Joey's relationship is, he should be nervous. Okay? Because it's a hot mess. And if Michael and Joey are still together, which I don't think so, if they are, and if Joey's family see the episode of how you talk down to Michael, woo, you would never darken my doorway, ever. So, of course, the family's doing the introductions, and then the dad was like the lockup hotel. Child, the dad was having a time, child. And so the brother is talking to Michael. Okay, what are you doing? What are you trying to achieve? Because, see, this is my brother. He's already relapsed one time because of you. Okay, he couldn't control himself because of whatever was going on with you. How are we going to prevent that from happening? And, of course, one ear and out the other, because Michael says that it was preaching to him. Preaching, 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 preaching. And he ain't got time to hear all that. He don't want to hear all that. He don't want to hear nothing any of them has to say, because he says that, you know, that's a family of recovering addicts. Yes, and that's also, Michael, a family that loves their brother and son. Maybe you should try to receive some of the advice that was given to you, especially if it's coming from someone who is a recovering addict for many, many years. Maybe you should receive that instead of rejecting it. Maybe just think they are trying to help me in some way. Yes, you are a grown man. Yes, you can choose and decide on what you want to do. But right now, Michael, you choose none of that. You choose to go the other way. You are willfully being obtuse when it comes to your sobriety. So that is telling me that you're not serious about it. I don't know how many red flags Joey need, but he don't get it yet. But you know who picked up on it? Joey's mama. Honey, Joey's mama said, I don't like him. Okay? I don't trust him, and I don't like him. And just common decency. Michael don't even have common decency. Did you see when he got up? I'm going to the head. Instead of saying, I'm going to use the restroom. Or I'm going to the head. Oh, God. Take blah. So unattractive. So instead of him going to the restroom, he goes outside and he calls his friend. And he was like, I don't know why his family talking about I need to leave my friends behind. That's my friends. They gonna get over it. Because usually when you hang out with people who do you no good, you will fall back into the same things you were doing when you got in trouble. Using, breaking the law. Because see, them friends are doing the things that you want to do. See, you got to stay away from bad influences, dumb it. But again, it's a cycle for you, Michael. You ain't showing us nothing. Only thing you want to do is get high. You want to get high. You want to. So he wants to meet his homeboy, child, the next day or whatever, child. As we know in the preview, Michael was already up in jail, so... Joey, you got them tissues? You got them tissues, Joey? Let's move on. Last and most definitely, and I mean definitely least, Julius and Alexis. Alexis, you are standing there in front of the light-skinned caterpillar. And you are telling him that you're struggling. You're struggling. You're struggling with finances. Struggling with the bills. You're struggling with making ends meet. And he looks at you and says, well, you know, I mean, delivery boy, that ain't for me. I mean, the working man, that ain't for me. I mean, I don't see myself getting a job. I mean, I'm a rapper.
I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch.
Beats and rhymes. I got balls. Okay? Now, when this one single hit, Mary, Mary, quite contrary, Mary had a little lamb. When that hit, we gonna make millions. And we ain't gotta worry about money. Julius, shut up. Shut the entire up. You sound foolish. You standing there talking about you going to the studio where at Sesame Street. You can't even complete a sentence and you talking about making rhyme. You talking about being a lyricist. You got Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, Mabu, Eminem shaking in their boots. I think the ever-loving F not. If you don't go down there and get in somebody's good vehicle down there to the Pizza Hut and pick up that DoorDash. And Alexis, you think this is okay. You think that this is okay for him to look in your face with this fictitious dream. Because that's what it is. Now, they done filmed this over a year ago. Have y'all heard a Julius rap song that's gonna come out? Huh? On SoundCloud, on Spotify, on Amazon, on Apple. Have we heard one Julius song? No, we have not. But he out here going live here and there and everywhere. Won't you go live at a job? But oh no, here is Alexis. Here's Alexis. Well, I mean, go rap, boo. I thought, Julius, didn't you say you was a catch? You a catch? Throw it back in. So here is Julius going to the studio, and Alexis done put a tracking tag in the vehicle. So Julius is driving your car? He told you that he had been talking to other girls. He been lying to you from jump. He ain't working, ain't trying to work, can't spell a job, can't definitely can't spell it. He looked you in the face and said he ain't working. After you said you struggling financially. He looked you in the face and said he gonna be a rapper. And now he's taking your vehicle? Alexis, come here. Come here. Lord have mercy. So her homeboy, so her homegirl comes over, pretty girl. And so here is Alexis telling her that she has been, you know, nauseous, possibly pregnant. So the girl said, child, here, I got it. So she got some pregnancy tests, and lo and behold, she pregnant. How long Julius been out? How long he been out, y'all? I just cannot believe. Wrong. You laid down with this man wrong, Alexis. She pregnant, y'all. Which we already know that. It is confirmed. She is pregnant. And honey, there have been recent pictures and videos. They done had a full-blown baby shower. It looked like Alexis is about to pop. So Alexis is calling. He's not answering. He's calling. She's calling. He's not answering. And so she was like, oh, Lord, I don't want to think anything bad, but... She said one good thing about having a baby is that she will never be alone and that she will have unconditional love. Girl. Girl, you're supposed to have that with your man. Not a baby. You're supposed to have that with your man. Love. Unconditional love. Someone who's there for you. Mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. But, yeah, you're going to have a baby, so you can have that. Okay. So, the homegirl said, listen, let's go see if he at the studio. I'm down. And so, Alexis said, bet. So, they go to the studio. He wasn't there, so they looked at the little tracker, and he was at some store. And then there was some girls there. And so, Alexis said, what are you doing here? And who are these girls? And it went on. Alexis, how dare you talk to the next big rapper like that? How dare you? Oh, that's it, y'all. To my new subscribers, welcome to the family. Y'all showing up and showing out. We have hit 7K, 10K. On the way, child. Yes. My birthday is August the 13th. Leo, shine. Let's see what we can do between here and my birthday. Let's get it up there, y'all. Let's get it up there. 10K on my birthday will be ideal. Can we do it? You damn right we can. Y'all know what to do. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends.